Alrighty, Nebraska has a pretty good chance at severe weather Sunday about 5 p.m. through about 11 p.m. And that circled area I have is going to be the best chance for some tornadoes after looking at all the models. But the SPC has pretty hatched marks on 15% in the red, yellow 10%. So pretty good chance for some tornadoes as we go into about 7, 8 p.m. across eastern Nebraska. Looking at Fremont, Columbus, areas east of that, north of Omaha. Hail up to tennis ball size hail within those first initial cells, and that expands from southwest all the way to northeast Nebraska. Includes Lincoln, and then damaging winds 75 to 80, maybe even 85 mile per hour wind gust. All right, let's take a look. So for the first half of Sunday, looks to be dry, just like Saturday, and then we start to see a little bit of convection. All right, so now these first single cells, we're going to have some down here towards southwest Nebraska. That's going to be one system by itself, and that could have some large hail. McCook, watch out as we go into 5, 6 p.m. Could have some large hail. But this is going to be the cell that I'm watching as we go into about 5:30, 6:30. It's going to be this one single cell out here, which is just going to be by its lonesome. And so that's why I'm going to be drawing a line from about Columbus this way. So if you're north of this line, I would say you got the best chance to see an isolated tornado. 7, 8 p.m. We're going to start to see maybe a few isolated cells down here towards Kearney, Fairbury, Beatrice, even Lincoln. Got to watch out for these. These are going to be your hail makers down here. We're talking maybe some golf ball to ping pong ball size hail with these few discrete cells down there near 6 to 7 p.m. But this is going to be where your tornado threat will begin, and this is going to be the southern edge storm that I'm looking at, and then also right here in the middle. So I would say Ottawa, you got a good chance to see some tornadoes. Norfolk, Columbus, Fremont. That's going to be as we go into 7. Let's go into 8, 8:30 p.m. For your Sunday, we're going to be looking at a line starting to converge, and that's all going to make its way down towards the south, go through Lincoln. I would say 7:30, 8:30 p.m. for your Sunday night. And that's all going to have some damaging winds, some hail, and you can see a little bit of a hook right there. But that's going to be where your tornado potential is going to be as we're going to 7, 8. Have some decent hailers out there. Once the sun goes down, we're going to have plenty of energy out there. And the low-level jet's going to be absolutely ripping. So about 8, 9 p.m., Lincoln, heads up. Could be seeing some large hail, heavy winds. As you can see, pink right here. And then the threat really north of Omaha really dissipates. But then got to watch down here towards Fairbury, Kearney, Beatrice, large hailers down there. It's going to be 8, 9. And then I think the severe weather threat just turns into a damaging wind and hail threat as we go into about 9, 10 p.m. for your Sunday. Not done. Here's Monday, a level 4 moderate risk for parts of far southeast Nebraska. Lincoln, an enhanced, and then the further west you go, the less it gets. Another decent tornado potential, mainly in far southeast Nebraska, and then large hail. We're talking up to baseball size hail within that pink and that red. So we got to watch out for Monday. And as we go into the afternoon, daytime heating, could see those isolated storms start to develop just around a line, just like we've been seeing the previous severe weather events. So that's going to be about 2, 3 p.m. on your Monday, and then boom, as we go into about 3:34, picking up the kids from school. That's what it could look like. Big time hailer, maybe even a tornado threat, especially down there towards Concordia, right about here, just east of Beatrice down here. These are all going to be hailers right here. And then down here is going to be where your tornado threat is also going to occur. And then really it moves out of Lincoln, I would say, as early as 6:30 to 7, but still Beatrice and areas east, mainly seeing that big hail. And then we're tracking that large hail damaging wind threat. And the Monday storms look to be out by about maybe 9, 10 p.m. So keep an eye on the forecast. We'll keep you up to date here. And stay tuned. Remember, Sunday, 5 p.m. to 11 p.m., better chance for some tornadoes. It's going to be north of Lincoln, and then about Columbus and east and north. And then Monday, picking up the kids from school, could look a little interesting. Keep an eye on the forecast.